Hello, welcome to the Machine Vision Products booth. It's one of the original companies involved in the AOI industry, starting back in 1993. I'm joined by the president and founder and one of the actual original forefathers of the AOI industry, George Ayu. Welcome, George.
Thank you.
Nice to see you.
Thank you.
Now, you have an amazing background in the AOI industry. Can you tell us a little bit how you got into it and the early discoveries you made that brought you into machine vision inspection for printed circuits?
My background is in electro-optics. You know, when I left the university, I took a position in research and development in geophysics, looking for oil in the ground. So we're using techniques like electromagnetics and seismic, and we're trying to map the underground to find the oil. After 5 years working in geophysics, I thought that I wanted to get back to the electro-optics and imaging as we see it in the optical domain. So the industry at that time, for inspection was not developed. So I took a position there and started working on in R&D. And the first project we did was on pin through hole. And at that time, we were looking for whether the pin went through the hole before inspection. And we developed what we call the auto inspector, automated inspection machine that does that. And it was a big success. And from there we started on and we evolved it to SMT and other things.
Okay. Now, very importantly, that your technology though was not comparative technology. You were actually using an algorithm to check each device.
That's correct. We use the innovative optical lighting and algorithm that were based basically on looking for presence, absence, and on algorithm-based, rule-based algorithm, and not on comparative methods. And that allowed us to minimize the false faults,
Right.
in the inspection of the production line.
Okay. So, but then when it moved into the SMT side of, when SMT came on to the scene, the system of inspection changed to being one of measurement. Is that correct?
That's correct. When SMT came, we developed new algorithms that do measurement, basically of the component of the solder joints, and we were measuring position, XY position, rotation, and we're measuring the amount of solder on the pad.
Right.
So it is also an algorithm rule-based that we developed at the time, and we were successful in doing that.
Right. And I think one of the other milestones, George, that you were involved in was you were one of the first adopters of using a telecentric lens. Can you maybe explain
Yes.
that and how that works to our viewers?
When we developed the SMT inspection, we realized that if we were going to do measurement, it's important that we account for any distortions or any amount of height perspective distortions. So the telecentric lens provided a good optical means of minimizing these distortions. So we were able to get a better measurement system with telecentric lens. In the beginning, we were designing our own telecentric lenses, but then afterwards, I think the industry that were available in the industry, we started buying them from third parties.
Yeah. Okay. Now let's turn our attention to the products we've got today, because you've got an awful lot of very exciting products. Probably actually 5 new offerings at the show this week, which is a large number. We'll start with the MVP Ultra V, which is behind us at the moment. Can you give us an overview of the features and capabilities that you're offering with this machine?
Yes, this is a machine that the Ultra series platform, and it is equipped with linear motors on the stage for accuracy, and with encoders that are down to 0.5 micron. We are achieving accuracy in the range of 3 to 5 microns overall, positioning-wise on it. It is equipped with a faster camera, 8 megapixel camera, and we are able to increase the speed over the previous generation of Ultra by about 40%. So it is a very big improvement in the cycle time. And at the moment, you know, with when you have high-speed lines, this is the machines that we recommend, and able to cope with the high-speed placement.
Okay. So, and you're using this a lot in microelectronic applications as well.
Yes. This machine also is able to do packaging, like VGA packaging, and in microelectronics, and is equipped also to process, you know, it has a metrology capability to measure down to, like I said, 3 to 5 microns. So for die placement, for surface inspection, it is also a platform of choice. You know.
Perfect, perfect. Now, another area you're involved in is in SPI, and we've got another SPI machine at the other side of the booth. So let's go across and take a look at that.
Okay.
So George, here we are in front of the Ultra SPI system that you have. Now, this is a very competitive area within the industry. There seems to be a lot of people using and getting involved in the SPI business. What does MVP bring to this area?
MVP has a long history in the 3D arena. You know, we pioneered that laser triangulation, and we got a patent in 1993 for paste inspection with laser triangulation. What we are bringing here is a combination of 2D and 3D, you know, with a speed that is reaching 5 inches per second, and with a set of tools that permit us to bring a new database down into inspection in less than 10 minutes. So we have developed our own Gerber CAD converters, and we also have been able to make a reliable measurements, and based on actual board, the board surface. So it is not assuming any fictitious plane where we are doing the measurement from. It's all real measurements with respect to a reference. So we have a good accuracy, and this shows up also when we put these machines in production. We are getting a very low false reject compared to other competitors, because we are taking into account the warpage in a better manner, and we are giving a good measurement of the solder paste. Also, we bring in a set of SPC tools that at a glance permit us to see what's happening with these measurements. So we have a series of, we track where the paste, you know, the percentage volume, for example, that goes from board to board, and we also track the location. So if there is a trend in the defects, you know, they are happening at certain location, we are able to point out where these locations are, so that a corrective action can be taken. So we have overall a very good comprehensive inspection system, and we are able to get the good results from it. You know?
Right. Okay. And of course, having gathered all that data, it's important that you have your own Gerber system conversion systems to be able to process it quickly, because processing that data is time consuming too.
Right. Yeah, that's a key part. You know, I think is to ease of use, and the paste is relatively a standardized. More standards and less variations than the SMT components, so the programs are relatively easy as long as you have the input, the CAD data to begin with. So we are able to know with the Gerber where are the traces are, where the paths are, and we use that information to get a better inspection. To get a better inspection.
Now, so let's move on to another new product. This is a new product that's been launched here at the show, which is an ID system for underboard inspection. So, George, here we are in front of the new machine you're launching at the show. It's called the ID code. Can you explain to us how this works?
Yes, the ID code is a bottom-up looking machine. So the board is on top, the camera is on the bottom. So we are inspecting the bottom side of the board. So this, with this platform, we are doing two things. One is inspection of the bottom side, you know, normal SMT inspection. Particularly is useful for example, selective soldering. You know, we are able to do selective soldering inspection. And the second part is we are using here in this particular case a barcode reader to read the barcodes on the panels. We
Right.
sort these out and then we pass them along to the next station, normally an AOI, or to the production line, to other equipment on the
Right,
line.
right, because very often the barcode is on the underside of the board,
Right.
and you can't inspect
Can't
both at the
inspect
same.
it from the top side.
Right,
So
right.
this is fills the need in the industry that
Yep.
for this kind of inspection or this kind of decoding.
Okay, so you have two other products that I want to talk about very briefly, new software products.
Right.
One is a networking system that gathers all the data from all the inspection
Right.
machines and produces SPI and actionable data for people to make refinements.
Right.
Can you tell us a bit about it?
Yes, the auto networker is a storehouse of the information collected from the measurement. We are a measurement and inspection system, you know, the auto inspector. So we collect all this information and then we analyze them and produce useful summaries of them in terms of graphs and reports that the quality manager can use or the process engineer be able to use to tune the process on the production line. And also for a feedback, we have a feedback mechanism between the auto networker and the auto inspector. So the data collected, we use to better tune our algorithm or the parameter of the algorithm to get a better performance.
Right.
So on top of that, we are able to also to have image archiving capability. So for traceability purposes, we can
Go back to any
collect the
reference
images that we collected and then put them together so that at a later date, if there is a defect, we can trace to see what happened on the board, that particular board. So this is the auto networker product. The second product we are also offering here is a very exciting product. It's called DPC. It's an inline management system that connects to all the production machine on the line, in particular to the pick and place machine. So it gets the data from the AOI, gets the data from the pick and place, it connects to the printer,
Right.
and it has a setup verification tools. And it also has a data collection tools with the operator, so it collects data from the operators also.
So this is a line management tool that uses the standard IPC interface to extract information from each machine on
That's
the line.
correct, yeah. It does extract with the standard interface. With this tool, we are able to do many things. You know, one is enhance productivity by minimizing the stopping of the lines. You know, so we prevent defects before the defects happen on a nozzle or on a pick and place machine. We are able to tell what's happening. We also able to manage the material coming to the line. So we are able to manage the inventory in the work in process. And the inventory also, we connect to the inventory database in the storehouse. So we're able to track that inventory and do traceability of it, and also predict if we need material needs to come to the production line at what time. We're able to enhance the operation by controlling the action that the operator or technician is doing on the production line, so everything is mapped. We are able to put alarm control and dynamically on the line, so that and inform the operator that he needs to take action. All these are useful things that improve the productivity and enhance the yield.
Absolutely.
Also, we have done this year, we have ported one part of the software on the AOI, so that we call it DPC Lite, and we are able to collect the data from the repair station and the AOI and put that together in reports that are easy to understand and very useful for the process engineer and for the quality control manager.
So you've got a whole suite of new products here this week.
Yeah, we are very excited about these products. I think we continue putting a lot of emphasis on R&D and innovative products. We have not stopped. We maintain the R&D spending even in the downturns, and we have been able to cope with the new technology coming in and integrate it into useful inspection systems.
Yeah. Well, certainly you're one of the true innovators in our industry, George. And,
Thank you.
It's always a pleasure to talk to you and to catch up and see what's new. So plenty to see here at Machine Vision Products. Of course, if you want to find out more about any of these products, you can visit them at their website, which
www.visionpro.com.
Okay, www.visionproducts.com. Okay, this is Trevor Galbraith reporting for Global SMT at APEX.